Okay, guys, I am 13-year-old Carro, and I am going to be talking about a topic today, Hurricane Milton. So if you guys haven't heard, recently a multiple tornadoes and a huge hurricane swept through Florida, almost all the way from all the way southern Florida all the way to northern Florida. So as you can see, it was devastating, but we're going to go ahead and just talk about it a little bit, and I'm going to give you my opinion on it. So let's go ahead and do this.
We do have breaking news. Millions without power this morning after Hurricane Milton slammed through the state of Florida.
It made landfall as a Category 3 storm south of Tampa. Eyewitness News reporter Mark Robles is live in studio with a look at the devastation.
Yeah, Irene, John, we knew this was going to be a bad one. It took less than 8 hours to cross the Florida peninsula. The storm now heading out into the Atlantic Ocean as a Category 1 hurricane. Now, deaths have been confirmed specifically in St. Lucie County. That is on Florida's Atlantic coast. We just got some new video in. This shows right here search and rescue crews working right now to rescue residents from their apartment.
Okay, guys, here's one of the things I wanted to talk about. So with these search and rescue crews, they got to be really careful because in Florida, obviously, there's gators and crocs. So you really got to be careful when you're searching through these waters, because I've seen multiple videos already of like cars passing by and there's alligators popping out of the water. I saw one guy, an alligator came right up and bit his tire on his car when he was trying to, drive through it. So it's definitely something you got to watch out for.
In Clearwater, Florida, that is near Tampa. It is unclear how many people need to be rescued, but that operation underway this morning from that second floor of the apartment complex you can see. When Milton made landfall, it was a Category 3 storm with 120-mile-per-hour winds. Part of the
See, now that is pretty fast. I study meteorology, so 120 miles an hour is fast. Although for tornadoes, there were multiple tornadoes that touched down during Milton. But Hurricane Helene, I don't know if there were any. And if there weren't very many. But yeah, during Milton, so when these 120-mile-an-hour winds come in, it's different if it's a tornado, because tornadoes, as you know, they have this vortex, so they pick up anything and just rip it out of the ground. Now, hurricanes normally have winds going one way, but it does spiral a lot. So here's the thing with hurricanes, they can go fast, but they're normally going in, I don't want to say one direction, not the band, I don't want to say the winds go in like one direction, because it's just bigger spirals, but when you have that little spiral right here versus the giant one, this little one's going to make more destruction.
Roof of Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Bay Rays, it actually ripped off in this storm. And take a look here in St. Petersburg, a construction crane came crashing down after authorities, they had warned that there wasn't enough time to secure it. Even before the storm made landfall, an outbreak of tornadoes cut across the state. Officials reported the most warnings in a single day on record, nearly 120. 19 were confirmed, leaving homes destroyed, numerous areas reporting damage as well. Even a 10,000 square foot sheriff's facility in St. Lucie County was destroyed. Listen here to one man and how his family survived.
We all started going for the hallway, didn't even make it there in time, started doop doop, and I heard a piece of glass crack and it sucked the whole roof off, and I felt the thing suck me up, and I grabbed my kid and my wife and hunkered down.
Our deputies are out here, the fire district is out here, we're going through the rubble, we're trying to provide recover anybody that we can, provide whatever help that we can.
The predicted storm surge up to 13 feet, flooding densely populated areas along the coast, including Fort Myers. On top of all of that,
Yeah, I know Fort Myers got hammered last year, probably around this time. It might have been even August. During Ian, Hurricane Ian. Now, it nearly wasn't as powerful, and I think this is this is like the worst hurricane weather Florida's gotten in a while.
it left more than 3 million homes and businesses without power. The governor says 9,000 National Guardsmen have been mobilized to respond to the storm, along with 1,400 search and rescue first responders. All of that underway this morning. Milton is the third hurricane to make landfall in Florida this year, and that does tie a record. In more than 150 years. It's only happened 5 other times. John was.
Yeah, so it's the entire United States, guys. So this year the United States has probably broken the record for most tornadoes, or at least a lot of the states have. So we got Florida, we got New York, which broke the record of all time in New York. New York got like 30 tornadoes this year. Their record was like 26. And the reason that is because the La Nina and El Nino Sea are both warm water, so it creates a lot of humidity and everything. So it makes those spirals, you know.
So back to you.
Yeah, and this one was a direct hit. Okay, Mark, thanks. 70 more California firefighters are being sent to Florida to help with Hurricane Milton response efforts. The group includes 33 people from the Orange County Fire Authority and Anaheim and Orange Fire Departments. This is in addition to the LAFD and LA County firefighters that were sent out earlier this week. In all, California has now deployed 354 personnel to support hurricane response efforts.
As Hurricane Milton tears across Florida, the federal government is poised to respond.
We are prepared for this. We will certainly have challenges along the way as we move people around, but this is what we're good at. This is what we plan for.
FEMA says thousands of personnel are on the ground and that the agency has more than $11 billion in its disaster relief funds. Following the federal emergency declaration, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis activated 5,000 National Guard troops. Search and rescue teams are already rescuing people by air, ground, and by water. Meantime, more people are now pushing back on former President Trump's claims that the federal government is withholding disaster aid to Republican states.
A lot of this stuff is not about the people that got impacted. It's about people wanting to make themselves seem important, say stuff that's just outlandish, trying to get clicks and attention that has nothing to do with getting information to the public.
People living in the storm zone got a $750 payment to get immediate shelter or food. Larger grants will be distributed in the coming months.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content.
Yeah, so guys, it's definitely a disastrous thing. I mean, and it doesn't happen like, it's not like a super rare thing either. So these hurricanes, they gotta get maybe one a year at least. Or they're prepared, you know. So the thing with hurricanes is they're easier to spot than tornadoes. So hurricanes, they form over water. So before they hit land and like touch down on land, there's pretty much warning, but it's hard because, so what Florida does, not Florida specifically, but pretty much anywhere that gets hurricanes, is they limit, so which you can buy at stores. So I know in Florida they were limiting you to 2 cases of water per family, so that's plenty, just so everyone has it, you know. And if they do end up having to evacuate or anything, or if they're stuck in their houses for weeks, they still got that stuff that they need. But I know there's a lot of precautions they take, like, to deal with this stuff. So, yeah, it's definitely a traumatizing thing for most of these people, just to see their homes get, you know, destroyed and everything they know. But, yeah, I'm glad they take the right precautions most of the times. Sometimes you can't see it coming, but I think, are they more devastating than tornadoes? I think so. I think so personally, but I think tornadoes are more powerful. But tornadoes also don't hit a wider range. So yeah, guys, that's what I think based on like all the stuff they're saying and based on these news clips and just the things. So yeah, it's definitely devastating for these people. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend. I'm definitely going to be making more of this content for you guys. I enjoy doing it, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.